What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Barcelona have just defeated Borussia Dortmund 3-2 away from home in match week 6 of the UCL. Everybody breathe. We can all exhale. Barca won the game. Barca have the 3 points. Barca are sitting second in the UCL group phase. Oh my God, that was a massive win. And what a game that was. That second half, it had me at the edge of my seat. Honestly, the whole 90 minutes, it was a really eventful game. But that second half, bro, I was going through a roller coaster of emotions. Honestly, I was cursing at my TV. I was jumping up in the air. I was, rubbing my nipples. I was going through every stage of, I don't know if it's grief or whatever. I was going through every emotion you could possibly go through watching a football match. Honestly, that was insane. And that stadium, for Barca to go in there and to pick up the 3 points, that is arguably the toughest thing to play at in European football. That is a massive win. That is a massive, massive win. Honestly. And now we were already basically guaranteed to finish in the top 8, but with this win, it's done and dusted, it's sealed. Barca are going to finish in the top 8. We're probably going to finish second, which is massive, man. And I think the biggest thing for me about this game is that Barca, in years past, in this competition, always find a way to lose games like that. Barca from 2 years back, 3 years back, fuck it, even 7, 8 years back when Messi was still at the club. Post that 2015 UCL, we always find a way to lose these games. Always, especially away from home. But today we found a way to win that game. And that is massive, man. That is honestly huge. I am so happy. Because it seems like that bad juju of the UCL hasn't carried over to this team and this coach. And obviously the league form has dipped over the past month, but the UCL form has not dipped. And if I had to pick one competition to win this year, obviously I would love to win both, but if I had to pick one, it'd be the UCL. Give me the UCL every single time. I've watched Barca in my lifetime win so many league titles. It's honestly insane. We've dominated Europe in my lifetime. Not Europe, sorry. We've dominated Spain in my lifetime since I've been watching Barcelona. But in the UCL, as you guys know, we haven't won one in the past 10 years. So honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy we got the win. This to me made me forget about Betis and Las Palmas. I mean, I didn't forget. I'm still obviously pissed about that, but it made it less bad. It made it less bitter because, like I said, that was a massive win. That was a massive, massive win for Barcelona. 3-2 away from home against Dortmund. A Dortmund team that had been amazing in the UCL this season. Apart from that game that they lost to Real Madrid. But for the most part, they've been great. They put, I think 6 or 7 past Celtic. They've been really, really good. Obviously, a team that made the UCL final, 7 months back. So, but enough of the, let's not talk big picture right now. We can talk about that later on in the video. Let's talk about this game because obviously that's what you guys are here for. First half, no goals obviously scored in the first half. I thought Barca started off well for the first 25 minutes. I think Dani Olmo looked really sharp in that first half. I think Rafinha had a good first half as well. But Barca just couldn't finish off their chances. That was the biggest issue. We couldn't finish off our chances. We weren't as great in the final third and finding that final ball. And then after the 25-30 minute mark, I think Barca kind of faded and Dortmund didn't really take control of the game because Dortmund didn't really do much in that first half, but they started to play a little bit better. But again, for the most part, Barca were in control of that first half. I like to use these analogies in boxing. If that was a boxing fight, Barca would have won the first round, okay? It would have been maybe a 10-8 or a 10-9 round. That's more UFC. But anyway, Barca would have won the first round, but slightly, but I think Barca were better in that first half. Then the second half comes around, and it started off with Lamine Yamal having a chance to play. Rafinha threw on goal, obviously to the left-hand side of him, if you guys remember that chance. And instead of doing that, it was a tough pass. Granted, it was a really, really tough pass that Lamine was going to have to make, but I think he can do it because we saw with Lamine, he's an amazing passer, but we all know that already. But the ball kind of gets tangled in his own feet, and then he loses the ball, and then Dortmund have it, and we couldn't capitalize on that chance. And I was like, okay, this is starting to look, I'm starting to worry because Dortmund are kind of growing into this game. But then Barca got their first goal of the game, courtesy of Rafinha. That was obviously a great run from Dani Olmo and a great pass in behind to Rafinha, who I thought was offside at first when I first saw it, but obviously he was narrowly onside. And that finish, man, at first, when he was through on goal and the linesman didn't raise up the flag, I was like, pass the fucking ball to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is literally right next to you. Pass the ball to him. But Rafinha shot on goal. And thank God he scored. It was a tough finish, but thank God he scored because Rafinha this year in front of goal has been amazing, man. He's been so clinical in front of goal. Something that in the past, we were not able to say about Rafinha. Rafinha's biggest issue for me in the past when he wasn't obviously he wasn't playing this well, obviously under Xavi, was that he was too wasteful in front of goal. But today, he took his chance and he scored it. A beautiful finish, obviously to the side, to the far post. Again, I would love to see him pass the ball to Lamine Yamal, but again, no harm, no foul because you scored the goal anyway, and that was huge. And when Barca scored that goal, I was super happy, man. I was like, okay, we're gonna win this game. It's gonna be great. And then Dortmund find a way to get a goal, and it was obviously a penalty by Borussia, who scored a brace today. That was his first goal. I don't know what Pau Kuarsi's doing there, and the Barca backline has been shaky over the past month. It has not been as great as it was, obviously, prior to this bad run of form we've been having in the league. And Pau Kuarsi, to me, that's a pen. Okay, I think he extends his arms and he pushes it. Now, pushes Guirassy. Now, is he looking for the foul? 100% he's looking for the foul. But Guirassy, that's stupid, bro. Why are you pushing him there? That to me, that makes no sense. And that's, it was the Ter Stegen mistake against Monaco. And now we have this Guirassy thing. And then we have the mistake, the stupid penalty we conceded against Betis also. It's too many stupid mistakes. And I was like, okay, please don't let this come back to bite us in the ass, because I was scared at that point. When they got that penalty, which I thought was a penalty, I was scared because I was like, if they score this goal, that crowd is going to get behind them and they're gonna grow into this game even more, and it's going to be tough to win. And Guirassy obviously slots away the penalty. Nothing Iñaki Peña can do about that. I don't want to hear anybody. I'm not even the biggest Iñaki Peña fan. I'm going to talk shit about him a little bit later on in this video because I think he made a mistake for that second goal. But no one can blame Iñaki Peña for that. That is as good a pen as you will find in world football. That pen was perfectly taken. It was powerful. It was to the side netting. It was near the post. That was a perfect pen almost. Iñaki Peña, basically no keeper saving that. And Iñaki Peña is not fucking Manuel Neuer, bro. I mean, he's obviously, he's good, but he's not that level. So we can't expect him to save that. And again, it was a really well taken pen. So Guirassy scores that pen. And then, we weren't looking good. After when Dortmund scored that goal, we were not looking great. And then the subs came in. The subs came in because we were obviously, we weren't playing as well. And the subs came in, and the subs were, Fermin came on, Frenkie de Jong came on, Ferran Torres came on. Those were the first few subs. And then obviously Pau Victor came on later. But those were the subs that Flick made. Was that this? Let me just confirm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me just confirm what the order of the subs were real quick. I apologize. So, yeah, so Ferran came on, Frenkie came on, and Fermin came on. For Dani Olmo, for Rafinha, and for Robert Lewandowski. So they came on, and Frenkie de Jong didn't do shit today. Honestly, he was really, really poor. But Ferran Torres comes off the bench, and he scores the second goal for Barcelona. Lamine Yamal gets the ball on the right-hand side. Koundé makes that run. Lamine plays him that ball. And Koundé with a great cross. A fantastic... Koundé's crossing today, by the way, was really, really good. He had a cross, I think, in the first half or early in the second half, which was awesome as well. But that cross from Koundé to Fermin Lopez crashing the box. Fermin with a great volley. Kobo makes a great save. And the ball, obviously, Schotterberg keeping Ferran on side. It falls to Ferran. And a great finish from Ferran Torres. I mean, he's at the right place at the right time. Positioning is obviously a huge trait for an attacker. You have to have good positioning in the box. And Ferran is just at the right place at the right time and slots it past Kobo. And that was huge, man. When Barca scored that goal, I was like, okay, we're going to win this game. But again, this game was a roller coaster of emotions, so it wasn't that easy. But a great goal from Ferran Torres, who I've criticized. I think every single Barca fan on the planet has criticized Ferran Torres at one point. I think most Barca fans, when they watched him come onto the pitch, were fucking saying, what are we doing here? Especially when he came on for Rafinha, who was having such a great game, who scored the goal. But that was huge from Ferran Torres. Massive goal from Ferran Torres. But then, shortly after he scored that goal, literally, Guirassy had a chance where he had a free header, and he nearly scored. So Dortmund were not giving up. They weren't like just conceding the loss. No, they were putting on the pressure and trying to score. And Guirassy had the chance where he just went wide of the post. I mean, he was literally wide open. He missed a sitter there. But then Íñigo Martínez decides to clear the ball to, I don't know who the fuck he clears it to. Pau Guirassy doesn't play the offside trap well enough. And I forget who it was, the Dortmund player who obviously makes the run in behind. He makes that deep run. And then, Iñaki Peña comes out of his goal because he's trying to do this fucking whole sweeper-keeper thing. And, usually it works for him. And for the most part, it's been working for him. But today, it didn't fucking work. That, to me, is stupid. You should not be coming out of your box like that. Like, it's just too premature. Again, I understand what he's doing, and I appreciate the sentiment of what he's trying to do, if that makes sense. But you should not be doing that there. And obviously, passes it to Guirassy, and Guirassy has an open net, perfectly onside, both of them for the first one. And obviously, the pass to Guirassy. And then, honestly, I know I keep saying this, but at that point, I thought, after every goal, I had a new thought. I was like, okay, when Barca scored first, I was like, we're going to win. When Dortmund equalized, I was like, we're going to lose. Then Barca scored, I was like, we're going to win. And then Dortmund scored, and I was like, okay, we're going to lose now. Because 2-2, man, I mean, and they were putting on the pressure. It was just, it was hard to watch. It was honestly hard to watch. But then, Lamine Yamal comes through once again. Lamine Yamal comes through once again like he always does for this team. And, I mean, it was a corner from Dortmund. Poor clearance. Bailey picks up the ball. Finally plays the ball to Lamine, who was crying for the ball the whole fucking game. Lamine Yamal on that right-hand side. He got frustrated so many times that I don't know if you guys noticed it, but so many times he was asking for the ball. Rafinha as well, by the way. They were asking for the ball in behind, and they wouldn't get the ball. They were in so much space, and they wouldn't get the ball. But finally, Lamine Yamal gets the ball. And Ferran Torres makes that run. And that goal from Ferran Torres is great. But that pass from Lamine Yamal, he is the best right winger on the planet right now. That's just the fact of the matter. He is the best right winger on the planet right now. Vinicius Jr. is not a right winger. Rafael Leao is not a right winger. Okay? Mbappe, I don't know what he plays now, but he's not a right winger. Right? All these players, Kvaratskhelia, who's not even on, who's not close to Lamine's level, Nico Williams, all these guys are not right wingers. The best right winger on the planet, he's better than Bukayo Saka. He's just better than Bukayo Saka. I love Bukayo Saka. I think he's extremely, extremely good. I think he's an amazing player. And that whole debate with Foden looks silly now when we see what Saka's doing. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're not talking about Saka. But Lamine Yamal is the best right winger on the planet. And that ball that he plays between those two defenders, and he perfectly plays that ball. And Ferran times his run so well. And Ferran at first, it gets stuck in between his feet. Like, it was a great ball, but Ferran just kind of loses the ball. It gets stuck in between his feet. But luckily, there was nobody closing him out. He has enough time to find the ball and just shoot it to the far post. And what a finish from Ferran, man. The Rafinha finish and the Ferran finish were two, or the second Ferran goal were beautiful, man. Beautiful finishes. Beautiful, beautiful finishes. Unsavable. And that was a huge moment for Barcelona. That goal from Ferran was massive, man. And that pass from Lamine Yamal was massive as well. And yeah, to me, it feels good to get a win like this today. I think Barca were not great, honestly, today. I don't think it was our best game, not by any means. But the fact that in this UCL we've beaten Brest, who were really good, we're on good form. We've beaten, obviously, Bayern Munich, and now we've beaten Dortmund. That's massive, man. I think Inigo and Cubarsí didn't have their best games. Both of them made mistakes that led to goals. Inigo with the pass, obviously, that led to the second goal, and Cubarsí with the penalty, gave away the penalty that led to the first goal. I think Balde was good defensively, but Durango was kind of like, he had him on skates for parts in that first half, but then I kind of think he grew into the game a little bit better, but I don't think Balde was fantastic going forward. Koundé, to me, looks so much better with Lamine Yamal. Everybody shits on Koundé for some reason. I think he was actually really, really good today. I think defensively he made a couple big plays, and going forward, like I said, had that cross that kind of led to the second goal for Barcelona. So I think he had a great game. I think Pedri didn't have his best game today. I think in the first half he was a lot more involved in the build-up, which was good. But in that second half, he was kind of, he was hesitant to play those passes, man. And there were so many times that Rafinha was asking for the ball in behind in that first half, and Pedri was just refusing to find him. Kind of like that goal that he scored against PSG. Remember the Rafinha goal, the second goal that he scored against PSG back in April or March or whatever the fuck it was of this year in the quarterfinals of the UCL. That little looping ball that he played, and then Rafinha had that finish. There were so many times where Rafinha was making that run from deep, and Pedri just wasn't finding him. But I'm happy that we won the game anyway, and that didn't come back to bite us in the ass. But again, I don't think Pedri was great. I think Casado was, I think defensively he was massive, man. He was cutting the passing lanes, was winning his duels as well. I think he was good today. I think Casado always puts in at worst a 7.5 out of 10, so I think he was decent today. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about Marc Casado, who continues to be just like the surprise of the season. He's been amazing. The front line, Rafinha with the goal, I think he was amazing. I think Olmo, today was his first, by the way, can you guys believe this? This you guys might think I'm being crazy, but honestly, look it up. I just looked it up. That's Dani Olmo's first assist of the season. He scored 5 goals, but he's only had 1 assist. That was his first assist of the season today. Crazy, right? I feel like he's just, in my head I was like, no, this guy's assisted like 3 or 4 goals already. No, that was his first assist of the season. I think Olmo was shaky at times. He gave away the ball. He played a stupid pass in that led to Dortmund's second goal because he had Lamine wide open and he decided to play across field for some reason. They got intercepted, and that obviously led to the play that led to Dortmund's second goal. Again, it wasn't directly because of him that they scored, but he should have played that ball to Lamine, and that doesn't happen. But anyway, I think Olmo with his assist and with his first half, I think he had a decent game. Rafinha obviously with the goal. Lamine was amazing like he always is. Lewandowski today was kind of nowhere on the pitch. Honestly, I didn't really even notice he was there, to be completely honest with you. And I know you guys are gonna, every time I talk about Lewandowski, everybody thinks that I'm a hater and I'm this and I'm that because I was obviously so critical of him last season. I just didn't see Lewandowski have an impact on the game today. Again, maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm not a Twitter tactical. I don't understand the runs he was making and his aura on the pitch. I didn't think Lewandowski was great today. I think his hold up play, he had a couple good plays, but for the most part, I wasn't impressed with Lewandowski because when this guy, a lot of times we need a more dynamic threat as a striker, and when he's not scoring or when Barca are not really creating that many chances for him, he's kind of non-existent. But again, I think that's the case for most strikers. I think Fermin came off the bench and had a decent game, honestly. He had obviously that shot on goal that led to Ferran Torres' goal, so that was obviously massive. Ferran with the brace, massive from Ferran Torres. That was huge, man. That was honestly huge from Ferran Torres what he did today. Honestly, everything else is forgiven. I don't know if he forgives me, but I forgive him. I don't know if that makes sense, but again, it's forgiven now, Ferran. You are no longer in the doghouse with Barca fans because that is enough to win you some points for the next couple months, man. That is enough to win you some points for the next couple months because that was massive, bro. Those 2 goals were massive, huge. And yeah, Frankie De Jong, I want to spend some time talking about him. He was utterly shit today, man. Utterly shit. And you guys know I'm a huge Frankie De Jong fan. I'm probably, in terms of like Barca fans, you will not find a Barca fan that's less critical of Frankie De Jong than me because I really like him as a player. He was not good today at all. Oh my god, he looked like a fish out of water. He looked like a dog chasing after a ball. I don't know what it was, man. He looked like a dog chasing a fish out of water. If that makes sense. I really don't. I try to put the two metaphors together, I guess. But anyway, he was just not good today. He was absolutely not good today at all. His first touch was horrendous. His passing was terrible. He was just all over the pitch and not in a good way. Not in a good way. He was all over the pitch, but in a bad way. So I don't think Frankie was good today, but you know, I'm just happy we won the game. I'm happy we won the game. And like I've said multiple times already, man, European football this year, it's there to be taken, bro. The UCL, that competition, that trophy is there for the taking. Real Madrid obviously won yesterday, but they've looked shaky throughout the whole year. Man City just lost to fucking Juventus. They might not even qualify. They might not even qualify for the next round. Bayern Munich, they have a first-time head coach in Vincent Kompany who was coaching a team that got relegated last season. I mean, look at the competition, bro. There's not much. And we have Hansi Flick, we have this team. It's there, bro. We have to at least make it far this year. We have to at least make it far this year because honestly, it's there for the taking. We have the team and we have the coach. So again, I'm just happy that Barca found a way to win this game because Barca teams of the past. Sorry, I had to burp. Barca teams of the past don't find a way to win this game. But the fact that this Barca team found a way to win this game is massive, bro. It is massive. And I'm so happy, bro. I am honestly so happy. I'm glad that game is over. Honestly, I lived that game like no other game I've lived in my life. Genuinely. That was, I lived that game like it was a UCL final. And it might as well have been because we needed those 3 points. Again, not that Barca were at risk of not qualifying or not finishing in the top 8. But now it's basically guaranteed, bro. We're good. We have Benfica and Atalanta left, 2 tough games because our UCL schedule is fucking tough. But again, with this win, you kind of have some breathing room now. So, and you also separate from Dortmund, who you were obviously tied on points with. So I'm just happy that we got the win. And yeah, I don't know what else I forgot. I don't know what else I have to say. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section down below. Please, what you thought of the game, all your thoughts, your comments, your concerns. Please let me know down below. And yeah, man, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.